into inspiration, I just found myself listening and I gazed at it and I started, going back to what I used to do in high school. I was too much into revenge, but now I think I should go back and do something about it, maybe correct it with more success. So that was Harry Karanja, who really gave a very inspiring speech. It looked like a story at the beginning and you were like, okay, sasa itaishia vipi, but now you had it from the horse's mouth, how the whole story went down, and I think you've drawn something. But here at KUTV, we don't just end it at that. We just don't show you what they do. We bring them here and we get them to inspire you directly. So here we have two amazing people who are going to really take us through this wonderful interview. And I know by the end of it, you're going to grasp a lot of information. So make sure you have your notebook. Huwa nawaambia kila siku, jamani, notebook, kijikaratasi pale unafaa ukiandika mambo ambayo utaweza kuyapata baada tumemaliza mahojiano haya. Kwa hivyo hapa tunaye Linet Njeri. Now, by the way, I used to have a classmate called Linet Njeri. She's actually here and she's the Vice President PR. She's actually going to tell us what they do or maybe something more about what this whole thing is all about. And we're going to draw a lot of inspiration, so make sure you're listening very carefully. This is your moment of inspiration, so make sure you're not leaving that television. So thank you very much, both of you, for availing yourselves. So we will start with Karanja. Okay, was that story real?
Very real.
Very true?
Yes.
Like you were serious, coach.
Yeah. Well, thankfully it never happened, but the emotions and the plan behind it, all those did happen. Yes.
So how did you discover you could actually speak? Yes, we are born with the talent and maybe we are born with the ability to speak, but the fact that you're standing out to bring a different angle of inspiration, what really pushed you to that angle?
I think I always had a message I wanted to send out.
Yes.
And for a long time, I used to do this through blogging. And then a friend introduced me to the organization which I was giving that speech in, Toastmasters International. And at that organization, they gave a very friendly atmosphere where someone could stand in front of others and start demonstrating, speaking. And it's through my journey in Toastmasters that I've become more confident and appeared in many forums and given many opportunities to speak in front of other people.
So actually that is all inspired from somewhere. Having a message inside you is one thing, delivering it is another, which you're actually very much impressed because at least you took the step. And Linet, the beautiful lady with us here.
Yes.
So tell us about this. You are the Vice President PR. So what do you major in?
Toastmasters, as he talked about, is an international organization, but we have clubs locally. And our club is called Early Birds Toastmasters. And so I am the Vice President of Public Relations. And what that means is I just send out the message of who Early Birds Toastmasters is. And I run our social media pages and get people to know more about Toastmasters. Yes.
Okay. So this Toastmasters masters story. There's something that is really driving me into asking this question. Because once anyone starts an organization, it's usually he or she has identified a problem, looks for the solution, and that is what makes it a brand. So just tell me, what is it about? How did it come to be? Where did the whole idea come from?
Okay. So Toastmasters International was created to just help people to develop their public speaking skills as well as leadership skills. And it began in Kenya in about 1978. But we've grown in small numbers. Up to now we're about, how many clubs in Kenya?
About 18.
18 clubs in Kenya now. And so Early Birds Toastmasters was actually begun by Harry Karanja. And it was just to bring together people to be able to speak, give each other feedback, and to grow each other's skills in terms of communication and public speaking.
Oh, great, great. So the Early Birds. So why Early Birds?
Well, we do meet very early in the morning, and you know the early bird catches the worm. And we found that there's a great need, especially in Nairobi, with the difficulty in moving around town during the day. We found the early morning to be quite ideal for people to come and get a boost of confidence, a boost of energy, to learn something and be entertained and educated all at the same time, right before you even get into the office. And we've been present now since May 2014.
Okay.
So this is our May 2013, I beg your pardon. So this is our 4th year in operation. And through that time, we've had over 100 members who have come and grown tremendously in terms of their communication and in their leadership skills.
Okay, so as this club goes on like this, do you have any challenges you face maybe as the founder of the club? Maybe with the team and everything that goes on around? Any challenges?
Well, I am very thankful for Linet bringing that up. I did participate at the start of the club, but this was, of course, with the help of many others. And these people continue to be great supporters of the club. Right now, Linet is serving in the 3rd executive committee. So there have been 3 other leadership cycles in the club. And I think the challenge that our club has is a challenge for every club. How to remain relevant and ensure that people are getting the most out of the experience.
Okay, so with the story that you gave, I can actually draw a lot of inspiration for it. So what angle does everyone take as much as speaking is concerned? What angle do you think should be taken as far as the speech is concerned? Because for you drew a story, maybe you're telling them this is what should happen, this is not what should happen. So does everyone take that particular angle of telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't, or everyone has their own style?
Well, everybody has their own unique way of communicating, that's for sure.
Yes.
But Toastmasters does help you structure your speaking, structure your speech, and also gives you ways to enhance your delivery. By delivery, I mean your vocal variety, your body movement, and perhaps if you need to use any visual aids to enhance the message that you're communicating. The first speech that people give when they start speaking at Toastmasters is called an icebreaker. And the icebreaker is a story about you. And you're allowed to speak it in whichever style suits you. Okay. Because we're not trying to make everybody to speak the same way. Rather, we're trying to enhance the strengths that people have, and where they have some weaknesses, to work on those weaknesses and improve them.
Okay, that's actually very nice, because that means there's no limitation. You can always take the angle that you want. You can always do whatever suits you best. Okay, so as the PR, maybe you're going to tell us something about, such a person. You see, whatever he has done, it's actually something good. It's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. And maybe, do we have people you've seen advance maybe after having participated in the Toastmasters?
Yes, I think the benefits of Toastmasters are just immense.
Yes.
We see people come in and they cannot be able to stand up and speak. And as they grow and give more speeches, they're able to go out and begin initiatives that benefit the communities as well. Like people go and begin mentoring students in schools. People go out and begin their own organizations where they inspire people to begin to speak better. They are motivational speakers. So that there is no limit to what you can do with your skills after you've come to Toastmasters. We just create an environment where you're able to speak without fear, and you're given a lot of feedback and mentorship. And then what you do with the skills is up to you. You can really grow.
Okay, so that drives me to this young one here, Harry Karanja.
Yes.
So after that contest that you did, and definitely, even if I was the judge, I would definitely give you the title. I would say, no, this one has to win. I would probably even forget what others were saying, because that's moving and everything and all. So as she has said, after you've done that, after you've been inspired, after you've drawn a lot of motivation from there, there's something you plan to do. So what's your plan?
In terms of my speaking, I still hope to improve on my speaking abilities.
Yes.
And I always appreciate the chance to test myself. For example, coming for this interview is another opportunity for me to learn and become a better speaker. And at the end of the day, the reason I want to speak, and the reason most of us want to speak, is so that we can communicate a message. And when you communicate a message, if it's a message which is of value, then it might influence people. So really, communication tends someone to become a leader. If you're a good communicator, you can be a good leader. And what I want at the end of the day is to be a good leader in my community, in my family. In every place I participate, I would like to influence people with positive values.
Okay, I'm sure someone back there at home has really gotten an itch of something, but maybe there's the question that maybe running in my mind and also in the mind of others. So one, how does one get to join you people? Like maybe personally, maybe I would like to test my speech skills. I'd love to go there and inspire people. That is what I've always wanted to do, because once you change a life, it just adds up to you in one way or another. So how does one join the club and maybe the organization in general?
Okay, we have a Facebook page, and you can contact us on the Facebook page. It's Early Birds Toastmasters. We also have a meetup. There's something called Meetup. If you go to Meetup, you'll find us there, and you can contact. My number is there, and you can call me, and I'll tell you when we have our next meeting. We also have different other clubs in Nairobi. So if you're not available in the morning, there are other clubs. There's a lunchtime one on Mondays. There's another one, some clubs in the evenings. So there's a whole list of clubs which are available to people to join here in Nairobi. And in Mombasa as well, there's a club. Kisumu, there's a club, and Eldoret. And Nakuru.
So as long as you have the online connection, you can easily get to join it.
Yes.
It's actually so simple. It's actually very simple and easy. And that's the road to your success. Once you make the little effort, be aggressive, you're sure to join something. So I was to actually inquire about, so how many times do you hold this contest?
The contest is once a year. We send these videos to Toastmasters International, and then they look at who, because different clubs submit their videos, and then they look at who was the best and award that best person. So we've had people, before it was a taped speech, it was just audio, but now from this year it was now a video contest. In the past we've had people from Kenya win from the World Championship. So it is something that can happen even here. So we're still awaiting the results.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Harry. Maybe you'll tell us, so what was the experience after winning? How did it feel? How did it maybe agree to you? Did you feel that, yes, I can really do this? Had you practiced for a long time? Did you feel like your efforts finally bore fruits? Tell us the experience.
Well, of course, anytime someone wins, it's always a great feeling. But the biggest story probably is that I had attempted the contest about 4 years before. And at that time, like Linet mentioned, it was a tape speech contest.
Yes.
I was fortunate also at that time to emerge the top. But due to some technical difficulties, I never managed to submit my recording. So it was a bit of a disappointment, because I had worked very hard on the first speech, but I never managed to send it out and compare myself to the rest of the world. So coming back to now the contest for this year, I first had to overcome that sense of failure and just push myself and say, the only people who fail are those who don't try.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was a great opportunity, because among the competitors were very worthy challenges. There were excellent speeches which were given during the contest. And to be voted the top speaker, of course, it validated the fact that even if you fail once, you don't have to give up. You can just try again, and who knows, you might end up on top.
Amazing. Okay, so back to Linet. I was actually to ask, so for one to join, do you need to have any sort of qualifications, maybe speech cohesiveness or whatever of the sort, or you just natural?
We don't have any qualifications. You just have to have the motivation to want to speak better. That's the only thing we require. And once you come in, we are a friendly environment. We get to meet a lot of people. There's a lot of networking, by the way, in Toastmasters. You get to meet a lot of people. A lot of business relationships are created. People get their spouses from there. So it is something that is, it's not just something that is educational, but it also creates a network of people to get to work with and to know. Yeah.
So do you have cases whereby some people come in totally, they just maybe they just don't have an idea of what they want, but they really want to do it? So how do you nurture them from the beginning, and maybe how long does it take for them to really be up on their game?
So how it works is once you join the club,
Yes.
you receive 2 manuals from Toastmasters International. One is for competent communication. The other one is for competent leadership. The competent communication one guides you on how to deliver different speeches, and you acquire different basic skills as you go through the manual and deliver the speeches. So you're mentored as you prepare your speech by a mentor who is assigned to you by the club, and then you come and deliver it to the club, and you have an evaluator who tells you, you have done this very well, you need to improve on this, and whether you can proceed to your next speech or you need to repeat it. So that's how it works in terms of helping you nurture your skills, and you know your strengths because you're given very specific feedback to yourself. And then there's a leadership manual where you take up roles. You can become a leader like myself, the vice president of PR. There's a president, there's someone who works in the education department. So there are different areas you can become a leader in. So that's how we help people grow. We look at what are your strengths and where are the areas where you can improve on. That's how we help people to improve their communication skills.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It's actually something inspiring because I was trying to picture maybe someone who feels, no, I can't join this group because I don't even think I can speak. There's always that feeling.
Yeah.
But now this is an open platform. So you there at home, you have no reason whatsoever not to improve on your speech, because communication is a very core thing. I believe it's very core. It's what actually opens doors for you everywhere you go. If you have the ability to speak, then you have the ability to win. You have the ability to do everything you've ever wanted to be. So in just that line, maybe I will have a Harry here. Give a word of inspiration to someone out there who maybe was like you. Maybe okay, you might have started with having the message to deliver, but maybe there's someone out there who maybe feels he or she needs to speak to people, but maybe they don't know how to go about it. Maybe can you tell them what is that thing they should really observe, as much as being expressive of their thoughts, expressing what they feel is concerned?
Well, to anyone who is watching, I think the main thing is to know that everybody has within them something of value that they can give to the rest of us.
Yes.
And the main way that Toastmasters can help this person is by imbuing you with the confidence you need to stand and give that message. Linet has mentioned it severally, and I'd just like to repeat that Toastmasters is a fun and friendly place. When you come there, no one has any expectation, no one puts any standard. All you'll find is a supportive group ready to encourage you and ready to give you feedback so that you can keep improving. I believe, because I've seen this with so many of the members who have joined our club, that those, especially those who appear the shyest maybe or the least confident, usually tend to have the most amazing stories to tell. They have the best leadership qualities, and here's a chance to do it. Toastmasters gives you a chance to try out those things where no one is going to judge you, everyone is going to support you, everyone's going to make you feel right at home. So join the Toastmasters family for sure. We invite you to our next meeting, and you can be there to also tell your viewers in future just the amazing experience that you had.
So when is the next meeting?
Our next meeting is on the first Wednesday of May.
The first Wednesday of May.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at 6:30 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yes. That's when we meet. Yeah, early birds. So we meet at 6:30 a.m. and it goes for an hour up to 7:30.
And so that is why you kind of talk a lot and engage with the people who have attended, and maybe advise them on one or two things. So as the PR, the vice president, maybe you've observed what many have done, including Harry. You've observed his confidence, his everything, the way he does, his intellect, everything. It's actually so amazing. So as a leader, and what you've actually drawn from each and every person who has done whatever they've been doing. Can you maybe tell our viewers what you've observed and what you think after they've joined the club is what they're going to draw from it?
I think Toastmasters is a transformational space.
Yes.
So I would advise them to join a club. It doesn't matter which one, just join. There's one in Thika as well. Any club you find and you're able to attend, just join it. Come and see how we do our things. Begin giving your speeches and you will really transform your speaking. Yeah.
Okay, now you've heard it right from the horse's mouth. There are actually 2 horses here. And we've been able to draw a lot of inspiration. Personally, I've drawn a lot and a lot. Mi usiniambie sina kalamu, nimeziandika kwa akili already because I am the one doing this. But you at home, I hope you've really written a lot of notes. You've tried to understand something because this is Inspirational Thursday, and this is where we brought you 2 of our most amazing people who I think have really done something magnificent in this nation to actually transform it. And it's international, so it's something really impressive. So there at home, make sure you've actually grasped something. Personally, I have. So make sure you're doing something. Just don't sit there. You know, motivation is 2 words. It's motive plus action. You've gotten the motive plus everything you need. So what you need to do is the action part. Be aggressive, be very vigilant, and make sure you're attending their meetings. They've told you where you can find them on Facebook. We're actually going to allow them to repeat it for you so that at least you'll get it clear. But I'm very much impressed by what we have learned today, and I hope that also you at home, you've learned something. This is why we have Inspirational Thursday. Otherwise, we wouldn't have it. So we are going to be more clear on the Facebook and maybe the social network handles, so at least people at home can do something about it.
Okay, we're on Facebook as Early Birds Toastmasters.
Yes.
Yeah, if you search that, you'll find us. And there are different other clubs. I think if you Google Toastmasters, you'll see Toastmasters Kenya. You'll see different clubs that you can be able to join. Yeah.
Okay, there we have it. Now, hakikisha imestick kwa akili. Mwerevu amekuwa ameandika saizi jamani. Anyway, we thank you very much for viewing us. We thank you for staying with us all through this amazing interview. I'm sure you haven't been disappointed. So I'm just going to give a warm handshake to the both of them, and I hope you've really drawn a lot of inspiration. Sasa nitamsubiri mwenzangu Milia hapa. Tuendelee kulisukuma gurudumu hili la Rise Today. Usisahau swali ambalo tunauliza jamani, mambo ambayo society inaipata iko comfortable kabisa. Anyway, we've had a good session. Makala ya sebuleni tumeyamaliza, lakini sio mwisho wa gurudumu hili. Usiende mbali.